Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
Episode 205. We are recapping this 450s from Houston, round 13 Supercross. It was, dude, there's so much to talk about in this one. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
So much to talk about. This is the craziest race that I've had to witness so far in this Monster Energy Supercross season.
Dude, triple crowns are awesome. And just like the 250s, we got to see like a little bit of everything. So
yes,
it was definitely exciting. And I hope they need more triple crowns, I think. It's awesome.
Yeah, big fan of the triple crowns.
So since we have so much to talk about, we should probably just jump right in to this race. Qualifying, Did you see anything really stick out in qualifying? I know like a couple riders went down in that sand section with the wall jump.
Yeah, we got a couple of guys went down there. There's also, we have Ken Roxon with your fastest time.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, definitely a confidence boost for him, Dean Wilson also right there, very, very close, and Eli Tomac, those three right there within the hundreds of a second. Dude, They look really good in practice.
Yeah, they looked really good, and this was one of those tracks where the 250s were pretty much just as fast as the 450s, because we talked about AC being the fastest 250 qualifier, and he had a 47.4, and Ken Roxon had a 47.38. So they were pretty close there, which is cool, and I was excited because, I picked Ken Roxon to win this race, so it started off good. It looked good for me at the beginning of this night. And
it looked good for him too, and not good for Cooper Webb or Marvin Musquin at this point.
Exactly.
Going into the night show.
Yeah, Cooper Webb was the 8th fastest time in practice. Marvin Musquin, he was 4th fastest time. Who else we got on here? Justin Barsha all the way back there in 12th fastest time. Obviously, still dealing with some stuff. But here's who we had. We had Ken Roxon, Dean Wilson, Tomac, Musquin, Justin Hill, 5th fastest time, so he looks like he's back to qualifying fast again. Cole Seeley, 6th, Zach Osborne, 7th, Cooper Webb, 8th, Blake Baggett, 9th, Joe Savacci, 10th, Justin Bogle, 11th, Justin Barsha, 12th, Ben LeMay, 13th, Tyler Bowers, 14th, Alex Ray, 15th, Mike Alessi, 16th, Josh Grant, 17th, Kyle Chisholm was the 18th fastest in this qualifying, and all those guys go straight to the night show, to the 3-main format.
Someone that didn't go to the night show was AJ Catanzaro, who suffered a pretty hard crash. He was actually taken to the hospital. As of right now, he's up and doing great. So he's got a fractured scapula, a couple of broken ribs, and a punctured lung.
No.
He's in the hospital. I think he's not in the hospital anymore, but he's doing way better. He's also obviously breathing way better now, and he said he's gonna heal quick and trying to make it back to the races as soon as possible. So
Vegas.
So we'll see a lot of names being taken out of this 450 class by the end of the season. It's kind of unfortunate for the cat.
Well, it is the most badass sport on the planet, so we see it happen every year, and it sucks every single time, but like we said, this ain't no little baseball game or something. People get seriously hurt with this sport, so it does happen, but heal up soon, the cat. But let's keep going on with this LCQ. So all those other riders go into the LCQ. They battled for these last 4 spots to make it in.
Yeah, it looked like Ronnie Stewart got the whole shove to me, but I'm not very sure. It was Austin Politelli who will come out up front of that pile, and he was going to be followed by Carlin Gardner, Adam Etignap, and Scott Champion, who was sitting in 4th. Charles Lefrancois, who gets the pass for 4th place and puts himself in the bubble. Champion again. He was having he's just having very bad luck, man. He's almost making it every single time, but never, not quite. As he's gonna lose the position to Ryan Breeze, who will make a pass on him. Not for too long, because Ryan Breeze actually crashed pretty hard right before the tunnel there. There was a turn right there, right before it. He will clip the last jump. He will go forward and take Champion with him. And it kind of sucked for him because he was trying to make some passes. Like Scott Champion's just having very bad luck lately.
Yeah, and Ryan Brees, some tough luck for him. Just falling on that first lap, really ruining his chances there in Houston.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but there wasn't much on this one, especially compared to what we have in this main event. Yeah. And it looks like this is your top four is Austin Politelli, Adam Etignab, Carlin Gardner, and Charles Lefrancois will go up to the main. The HEP guys will be in the main for the first time. All three of them looking real good, looking fresh. The Seven Dudes coming out with another main event or another night show for him. And they were happy in the pit.
Yeah, indeed they were. All right, so now it starts. This is where it starts. This night show is just absolutely insane. We got the Triple Crown format, 3 main events, 3 12-minute motos, main events, whatever you want to call them. And this first race just started off insane with a Roczen hole shot, Webb right behind him. When they come around that second turn, things started to get heated up between Musquin and Cooper Webb, and this is a battle that we watched this whole night just really take over, and Musquin and Webb, teammates, really went at it this whole night.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. They collide in that first turn after the start. They came together, like Muskie came into Webb, show him that he didn't come to play, especially not in this Triple Crown. He wants to do that 3 in a row as well, as Webb did at the beginning whenever he started with the Triple Crown back in Anaheim too.
And they're both battling. This is like a real battle for this championship too. It's still not over yet. And
exactly.
Marvin Musquin knows that, and Cooper Webb knows that, and they were both riding like it. And yeah, like you said, Cooper Webb ran his teammate high in that corner, and then Marvin, he was right on him the whole time. And Tomac was even also up there too. So it was like all the people we really wanted to see up there, right up there with Seeley, and Bogle was in like 7th. And
yeah, so what's up with that though? They were battling out, and then Webb just kind of ran him off the track, and is that what happened? Because
yeah, right before that wall jump in the sand section, like they were battling the whole time, like pretty hardcore.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
yeah, I mean, you got teammates, you guys as a championship battle. We still got 4 races to go. And this is why I love this Triple Crown, man. They don't care. They're teammates. They're
training
going
partners.
At it. Yeah, they train together, and it's got to be very hard tension in the pits, especially right now after this happened.
And yeah, Marvin actually found himself on the side of the track a lot this night, and Cooper Webb obviously wasn't gonna risk it, and it was probably a good move for him in the championship to get him off the track, and so the rest of this race is Musquin just trying to catch up and, get as many positions as he can. And he does a really good job because he passes Wilson, actually makes a little contact pass for him and puts him over the turn, hits that concrete, which we all know is like ice. And he just goes down, nothing he can do about it. And it did not look good for Marvin Musquin at this first main event after having some great speed and some good battling. But, 2 incidents where he ended up off the track. One, he ended up on the ground. But he still looked really good and was able to kind of salvage some points. But, dude, we didn't talk enough about Ken Roczen, though. Because meanwhile, he's out front just dominating this race. He led all 16 laps.
Well, he's clueless. That's all this is happening while he's leading this race as well. Just he's out there just opening the gap, and behind him there's a massacre happening.
A massacre, dude.
Yeah, there's just Musquin falling everywhere. He trying to pass Tomac. He passes Tomac. He passes Wilson. He goes down again, and passes everyone again. And he passes Tomac at the end of the race. Like, what was Tomac thinking at this point of the race? Like, why don't you give a gas all the way through? What's happening?
Like, he didn't even double that jump. Like, the finish line jump, that was that blew my mind because Marvin Musquin passed him and literally right at the finish line. It was like a photo finish between them two. And
it was like the weapon Roczen situation, but this time one of the guys was not aware that was happening.
Yeah.
That was Eli Tomac.
It was that blows my mind. It's just so weird that he would do that. Like, he had the position and he just let up. It was like, I don't know, maybe there's conspiracy in there somewhere.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe he's like, all right, man, we can't let Webb have it. We gotta, I don't know, but that was just really weird, and it was a very important position that he lost right there.
Exactly. It was very important, and it will add up in the rest of this night, but the results of this first race, Ken Roczen, as we said, dominated, beat Cooper Webb by 8.5 seconds, led this race start to finish. Cooper Webb got second. Dean Wilson got third, that podium spot.
Webb, who will eventually get Wilson for second, because Webb also had to work his way up. He went, I believe he was from like fourth and got both of them. Like he got him at the end of the race. He got Wilson at the end of the race as well. So
yeah.
So not only did Musquin lose that or got that position from Tomac, Webb also took one from Dean Wilson, which made it way better position for Cooper Webb.
Yeah, and we should mention Dean Wilson, just give him a little shout out on just such a great ride. I think this is where everyone kind of expected to see him right after that first Anaheim race. So it's good to see him up there on the podium again.
Yeah, and he's getting used to being up there. He ran in second place for the majority of this race, even though he had a practice crash and, quote unquote, was not feeling it. So a great ride for him.
Definitely. And Cole Seeley, too, fourth place. As we said, Marvin Musquin up to fifth. Eli Tomac got sixth. Joey Savacci got seventh. Justin Vogel got eighth. Blake Baggett all the way back in ninth. Zach Osborne behind him in 10th. Justin Barsha 11th. Tyler Bowers got 12th. Josh Grant got 13th. Justin Hill got 14th. Kyle Chisholm got 15th. Ben LeMay got 16th. Alex Ray got 17th. Adam Enticknap got 18th. Carlin Gardner got 19th. Austin Politelli got 20th. Charles Lefrancois got 21st. And Michael Lessie 22nd. I was actually had doubts Michael Lessie was even going to be at this race. I thought he was doing the Canada thing. So cool that he's here, but not cool that he went 3 laps down and got 22nd.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Maybe he's just trying to get paid before he leaves.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and jump into this main event number 2. And this one, the start of this race was insane.
Joey Savacci will actually get the whole shove on this one, but Webb, Baggett, Wilson again with a great star will be right there. But that's not it, because Ken Roczen will go down on the start, and what a crash he suffered, limping on his way back to the bike. And not only that, he got really, really lucky he did not get run over.
Yeah, it was kind of similar to Garrett Marchbanks' crash
Yes.
in that 250, because he just was on the inside, and just once you just carry so much momentum across the ground. But you did see him like kind of dab his right foot, and that's where his problems really started this race.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Ralph was like, Ken Roczen back on his bike, like he's gonna salvage some points, and then they cut to him and they're like, oh no, he's like off the track. Like
he's like the most bumming like position of the bike. You're like, he's just like so beat up.
Yeah,
it sucks,
like
man.
holding his leg out, and he did not finish this race, which really sucks. And I knew right then my picks were down the drain.
Not happening. Yep. But Cooper Webb would quickly jump to the front, and he was followed by Dean Wilson and Cole Seeley, who was sitting in third, Bogle in fourth, and Musquin finally in fifth place, needing to make some moves because Cooper was up front, and it's not looking good if you're not up there with him. Eli Tomac sitting in 10th. Wilson so far sitting in the best spot to take the whole main right here, or the whole overall.
Yeah, he definitely was very consistent throughout this night, and they had, who was it, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the NASCAR guy, also in the booth doing these last 2 motos. And
way better than Ricky.
It's weird, right? Having 2 Rickies in the booth. Like, what do you think of that, Ricky? Whoa.
Yeah, even Ralphie was like, all right, RC and Ricky.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of liked his analysis, but there was just zero enthusiasm. Like, he was just kind of that's just how NASCAR is, I guess.
That's what I was going to say. For a NASCAR guy, he had a lot of good points and a lot of good comments on the racing, and it was actually good. I enjoyed it, but it was going to be your boy who's going to get in the hunt right on top of Wilson, trying to make the pass to get second, and he will get it.
Yeah, we saw Seeley and Wilson. They had a pretty good battle this race.
Yeah, it was a good one. Dean Wilson, though, starting to look bad. Musquin actually got the a pass on him. Even Muskin was looking really, really fast, even in the whoops.
Yeah, Muskin, he knew he couldn't let Cooper Webb just run away with this thing.
Exactly.
So he was charging so hard to catch up to him.
Hard.
And he made up so much ground this race, too. Like, he was down almost 4 seconds, and then on the last lap, he closed it all the way to, like, 1.5 seconds. Then
Not
he
for long.
ran into some more problems in that sand section.
He did the same thing like RJ did in the 250 class right there in that sand section.
RJ, Dylan Ferrandis, everybody had the exact same crash right there in the sand where they try and scrub that wall jump going into the sand because it's coming out of the turn, and they just land a little bit like off balance, and it's just so thick that they just shoot way left.
Definitely. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Some of them ran into problems was Justin Barsha.
Oh, yeah. That sucks for him so bad. He's already doesn't look great coming back from his injury, and just more problems for him.
He looked like it hurt, too, because he was, I don't know, he was hurting.
Yeah, I did not see an update on him anywhere, but hopefully he's okay. He did not finish this race, and that third moto he did not line up for, so we can only just hope for the best for him.
It kind of sucks, and like you said, he just came back from an injury, and for this to happen to him again is very unfortunate. But Muskin will close the gap on Webb, like you mentioned, and almost goes down in the whoop section, but he'll make a mistake and he'll go down, like we just said, in the sand section. And I think that's gonna be it for this round. A lot happened, but Cooper Webb will take it. Dean Wilson will end up getting second after Marvin went down. Marvin with a third place, Cole Seeley in fourth, Justin Bogle with an excellent race. He battled a little bit with Tomac, which I don't know what's happening to him, but he's going through something because Justin, he couldn't pass Bogle. He got passed by Osborne, and who got sixth, and Eli ended up getting seventh. So I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. He's definitely going through something, and obviously we know Eli Tomac is not one to tell anybody any of his struggles that he's going through. So, something's definitely happening. Who knows if he had another practice crash or if he's sick.
Yeah, we'll know by the Florida motocross race. He'll tell us then.
Yeah, we might find out before the outdoor season starts, or maybe like halfway through. So
yeah, but Justin Hill got 8th, Blake Baggett in 9th, Tyler Bowers in 10th, Joey Savacci in 11th, Kyle Chisholm in 12th, Ben LeMay in 13th, Alex Ray in 14th, 15th place for Austin Politelli, 16th for Colin Gardner, 17th Adam Etignab, Charlie Francois in 18th, Justin Barsha, 19th, Josh Grant, who also went down on this one, in 20th, and Ken Roxon and Michael Lessie, who both got a DNS. Yeah,
Josh Grant, that's I don't know what to say there. I mean, I obviously expected way more out of him. I think you were pretty much right saying, like, is he going to make the main? Like, that's kind of where he's been. He's been right there, like, not making the main. If he does make the main, getting 20th because Alessi and Roxon are hurt.
Well, thanks for, saying that I'm always right.
Well, there you go. And let's just go ahead and jump into this main event number 3 because we got Cooper Webb winning a race. We got Ken Roxon winning a race. Marvin Musquin still, it's possible he could get the overall in this and close this points gap. And this one really set up good because it was another great start for Joey Savacci. He got another hole shot. He gets these great starts, but last race he had just had that terrible line through that first rhythm section, and it was kind of the same here because Marvin Musquin was able to jump right past him, but Savacci, if he can he's got to keep getting good starts. That's really helping him.
Oh, yeah, especially with this type of format that starts key. Musquin, who will take advantage just like Cooper Webb did in that second main, and will try to jump right up front, right behind them. I thought it was Dean Wilson for a second, but it's not. It was Zach Osborne.
Yep, and I actually predicted him to do good this race. I think I had him getting 5th, but it is good. We did say we expected to see him up front, and here he is up front this race.
Yep. Webb was sitting in 3rd. Tomac right behind him. Savacci lost a couple positions in 5th. Dean Wilson in 6th. And, Yeah,
Tomac, actually, he ended up being, like, right on Cooper Webb, and they had, like, a pretty good battle. And he went for that pass in the whoops. Couldn't make it stick. And then a couple turns later, he passed him, and he just looked like just the way he looked from Moto 2 or race main event 2 to race main event 3, it was just like two different riders. I don't know if he's got someone else riding for him in that second moto. He's just chilling, getting, ready for this third race, but he just looked way different. He passed Cooper Webb, made it stick, and stayed in front of him all the way to the end, which is what he needed to do, and which is what anyone needed to do to just kind of put a little distance between Cooper Webb and everyone else.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Eli Tomac, a completely different animal for this third main event. Maybe he lost his wallet, just like Alex Wright did.
Yeah, he lost his wallet. He's freaking out, and he just can't function right. Or maybe
somebody else found it and it's writing for him.
Maybe his phone died, and he was just like, he had to wait for the text. He didn't know. Kind of, how people
who
get.
knows, man? Who knows?
So yeah, that's kind of pretty much how this race went. Marvin Musquin, after he jumped out front, he just dominated everybody. He led every single lap this race.
Yeah, he checked out, and that's usually what happens with this third main event. There's not a lot of action, but I mean, do we really need more than what we just saw in those first two?
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I forgot to mention about those other races, and just the crowd in general, the crowd hates Marvin Musquin. The fans do not like Marvin Musquin. It's so funny. Like, whenever Cooper Webb gets past him or Tomac gets past him, like, the cheering is so loud. And I don't know if it was just my surround sound. I don't know if you heard it, but there was just this one girl screaming, like, every single time. It was just like the loudest pitch, just scream. It was just like she was getting, like, murdered or something. It was just like a death scream. But, yeah, just excitement because I don't know, just every time Marvin gets past, everyone loves it. Doesn't matter who does it. But when it's Eli Tomac or Cooper Webb, they really love it. And also, whenever Tomac passed Cooper Webb, that was pretty big cheer there too. Tomac is definitely still like the favorite, I would say, in this whole class. Tomac and Roczen. But
I just think that people they just don't want Cooper Webb to win. Like, they want to see what we want to see, which is a Vegas championship decision day, And I think that's what's happening. I think that's why people are rooting not against Cooper Webb, but just more with Eli Tomac, Marvin Musquin, or Ken Roczen. I'm in the Musquin wagon just because I want this championship to go all the way down to Vegas.
Yep, me too. I'm the same exact way. So
you're a Webb wagoner, don't lie.
Yeah, well, I am on the Webb wagon, but I do want to see him win it in Vegas whenever I'm there watching. So,
all right.
So Marvin Musquin won this race. Eli Tomac got second. Cooper Webb got third. Zach Osborne got fourth. Dean Wilson got fifth. Blake Baggett got sixth. Justin Bogle got seventh. Ken Roczen got eighth. He was able to ride again this moto after obviously hurting his foot, and we found out he like jammed his toe, and there's a pretty gnarly picture of it on his Instagram, and I love how he always posts the most nastiest pictures of his injuries. That's really cool.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. It was just gnarly. Joey Savacci got 9th. Justin Hill got 10th. Cole Seeley got 11th. Tyler Bowers got 12th. Kyle Chisholm got 13th. Ben LeMay got 14th. Adam Enticknap got 15th. Austin Politelli got 16th. Carlin Gardner got 17th. Charles Lefrancois got 18th. Alex Ray got 19th. And then Justin Barsha, Josh Grant, Mike Alessi, all DNSs this race.
Yeah, a lot of down riders and a lot of, I feel like, important riders to this championship or this race or this class.
Yep.
So,
but it didn't matter that Cooper Webb got third this race and Marvin won, because the overall, Cooper Webb takes the overall. He came across that finish line pretty pumped, and he should be, because just another overall win for him. It's just, he's on fire. He went 2-1-3 first overall. Marvin Musquin went 5-3-1 for second overall, and Dean Wilson gets that third podium spot, going 3-2-5 for third place overall. So that's awesome for him. Tomac finishing off the podium in fourth. Cole Seeley getting that fifth overall. Zach Osborne sixth. Justin Bogle got seventh. Blake Baggett got eighth. Joey Savacci got ninth. Ken Roczen getting that 10th overall, which, I mean, if you're not even doing the second moto, I'd say that's all right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And Joey Savacci also with a 9th spot. He was battling the flu all week long. So.
That's true. I did see that. So that's cool that he at least posted like what he's going through. But that wild card pick, that was 11th, right?
Yes, it was 11th place, and I missed it by 1.
Yep, you picked Bowers, and Justin Hill took that spot. So he is one of the riders we said could get that spot. So Hopefully someone picked him. Justin Barcia back in 17th overall, obviously having his DNSs. So, yeah, it was just a great night of racing. These points are a little bit more better for Cooper Webb as he has 288, and he is up 17 points on Marvin Musquin with 271. And then 9 points behind Marvin is Eli Tomac in third. Ken Roxon is 10 points behind him in fourth. So still kind of close there. And they got just those top four guys have a really big gap on Blake Baggett because he only has 215 points.
Yeah, congratulations to Cooper Webb on the Triple Crown Championship.
Yeah, congratulations to Webb. Another great win for him. And, everyone kind of questioned at the beginning of the season if he could, keep it going once he won that first race. And
he did.
He looks really good. He's looking awesome this year. So this Supercross series is sick. This is our 450 recap of Houston. We got Nashville next, and it is going to be awesome. So make sure you tune into that preview episode we got coming for you. Is there anything else we should add to this episode?
Stay tuned, MXSX Podcast. Peace.
Peace.